Well, here we are. We're back out at the West Side Hydro Project again, or the old Clackamas Highway, I believe. Today is one of those days where I'm just frustrated with most humans. So I figured it would be cool to go way out in the middle of the woods where there's nobody around and have my dinner. So that's what we're going to do. We've got the Frontier V6 here. I crammed this thing in the van. Got the air pump there. I got slime in all the tires just in case, but yeah. I'm gonna load up and we're gonna go somewhere out in the middle of the woods and eat our dinner. Now, we've been on part of this trail a whole bunch in the past, but there's a section of it that's not paved and I want to go explore it. And it is not, it's kind of gravelly, but it's not something I can do in my F3 or any other chair that doesn't have amazing suspension like the V6. So anyways, we're gonna go do that. I'll see you in the woods. I kind of forgot how slow this chair feels. I think it's technically 6.3 or 6.5 miles an hour, but it doesn't feel like it. And listen to the glorious sounds of the inline gearbox motors. This is in fact the same trail that I attempted to do. Which video was it? I'm trying to remember. See, water. I tried to do a whole run that was completely silent, but then the audio didn't work on this GoPro. Turns out it was the Media Mod case. But we ditched that thing and now the camera works flawlessly. So I think it's about maybe half a mile or a mile down here to get to the access road I'm wanting to explore. Yeah, it's a really nice day though. It's like 68, 70 degrees, something like that. So not too hot, not too cold. And the best part is there should be very minimal human contact out here. Not gonna let it bother me. It's just one person saying something dumb. Okay, so we're going to attempt to do this. There is a chance that we'll have to turn around. So right now we've got one green bar, actually no green bars. So this chair I put the Odyssey Extreme batteries in. They're group 34, but, oh, bugs. So this chair has the group 34 Odyssey Extreme batteries in them, same ones I'm using for the inverter and the bus. But I have not used this chair in about 6 months, maybe a little more, and they haven't been cycled since then. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the battery gauge. If it starts getting too low, I may have to turn back, charge this thing overnight, then we should have the capacity to do this tomorrow. But that's just if that happens to be an issue. I think we should be okay. As I recall, the green bars never fully appear with these particular batteries in this chair. So here, let me stop for a second. And I know you can't really see the screen, but we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, this here is one of the roads, but this just goes down to like part of the fish hatchery. I think where they load up fish or something like that. I don't think that connects to the rest of the trail. I'm pretty sure we have to go down here a little bit further to get to the section I was thinking of. There are very occasionally vehicles from Portland General Electric, like maintenance and stuff, that drive on this road, but it is gate access only, so there's not just a bunch of random people driving down here typically. You hear lots of water down there. Okay, we are coming up on the access road here. I'm pretty sure this connects to the one at the far end. The problem is it's gravel and it's somewhat steep. So this Frontier V6, I won't have a problem getting back up this. This chair has superior climbing abilities, especially with these tires. And worst case scenario, I can always go backwards back up this. Oh, there's a gate right there. Yeah, let's go down here and see what we can figure out. This is pretty steep, I'm not gonna lie. It's awesome looking. Okay, so that's the road that goes down to that last area we were at, that sort of fish loading area for the hatchery. But the trail I'm interested in, so they've got a great big like fish bypass here. The trail I'm interested in goes along this side of it. So I'm not 100% sure if this connects to it, but let's go down here and look. There seems to be some signs of people traveling on this. We do want to be careful, obviously. Oh, you know what? I think that is the road right there. We do obviously want to be careful down here because I don't want to get stuck. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's the road. So that crosses underneath this thing at some point, I think. Huh. Let's go just a little bit further here. Careful, whatever this is. Yeah, that just turns into nothing basically. But yeah, so this is a big bypass here for the fish to go around the multiple dams that are down here. That's what's great about this V6. I don't know if this terrain is coming through as crazy as it is, but this thing does it just fine. A few spider webs down here though. Okay, that's a very steep road. You can probably tell that on camera. So let's see if we can get back out of this hole. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, we can go backwards if need be. Okay, I'm gonna stay to the right here because it's slightly sloped to the left. You have to be real careful with the throttle here to keep the tires from spinning too much. I did install a gyro on this chair, which helps a little bit. But yeah, I've got to be super careful. And the way this chair works, the front tires actually lift off the ground when you encounter resistance. So there you can see. Okay, easy throttle. Easy. Honestly, letting some air out of my tires would probably help this quite a bit. See, I stopped. Let's see here, so we can get going again. Yeah, so we are definitely on the outer limits of steepness for this chair. Digging a little hole here. Okay, I'm gonna tilt forward just a little bit to buy us some of our weight up there. Okay, there we go. As you can see, my front casters are not even touching the ground. Yeah, so this is like right at the limit of steepness. I knew it was going to be tricky and I might have to go backwards up it, but yeah, we're doing good. There we go. Oop, go easy, you don't want to fishtail too much here. All right. We have made it back out of the hole. I'm not sure how to quantify the angle on that. I suppose I could have stopped and put my phone on the ground to get an angle measurement, but yeah, it's actually here. Let me see if I can get a picture with my phone. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to show it or not, but I'll at least put it on screen. Okay, continuing on. So The next access to that trail, hang on, let me tilt back here a little bit. Hey, we got one green bar back after doing all that. Like I've always said, surface charge is not a good way to detect the state of charge on lead acid batteries. It kind of works, but yeah. Okay, so I think it's about another mile down here to access the other end of that. So yeah, we'll wait till then. The other thing too with this Frontier V6, it originally came with a 90 amp Arnett controller on it. And I think I might kind of see why they did that. With the 120 amp controller I put on here, there's a significant increase in torque. And I think in that particular scenario back there, it was causing my tires to spin when the 90 amp one wouldn't have necessarily. But I prefer to have extra torque and, you know, all the power that's completely possible. It does not affect the speed of the chair at all. And these chairs, you actually do not want them going more than 6.5 miles an hour. They're not set up for it. So trying to get any more speed than that is kind of not the point. They're mostly just designed to get over most any obstacles, a lot of crazy terrain and whatnot, but works good for that. Update on our battery situation. We've gone 2.3 miles and the gauge is toggling between missing one yellow and all the way up to one green. So I think we're still doing okay. I can tell when the battery actually starts getting low on this, so we'll just kind of go by that, I think. Yeah, anyways. Okay, I'm seeing our road down there. This is the fish bypass thing. It is on the other side. So I'm kind of starting to wonder how far that road actually goes, because I've never gone down it very far. Up here where the dam is at, North Fork Dam, I see a road that goes down next to it, but it was gated off on the other side, so I don't know. I won't say this might all be for naught. Regardless, I have my food with me. We're gonna find a spot to eat. But I just wanted to get away from people for a bit. I think I figured it out. So there's this secondary gravel road here. I forgot this little areas here where they have a bunch of lumber and stuff. So the road ends over there, goes through a gate. And then I think the section I was thinking of is this one. So we're gonna take this one down, I guess, and see if there's anything to see down here. Once again, just a little bit of exploration. It's obviously right next to the paved trail, but I'm just curious where this goes. And there's our fish bypass. Yeah, the nice thing with this chair is, even though this is super gravelly and bumpy, like you can see my hand here, it's not really vibrating hardly at all. But trying to do this in the F3 or something else would result in not having a good time, especially with having all 6 air-filled tires on this thing. Really absorbs the bumps and whatnot. Oh, yep, there's the end of the road right there. What about this lower one? I wonder where that goes. Let's see if there's any no trespassing signs. Hey, there's a squirrel. Hey, squirrely. It's blending in. Yeah, I don't know if there's no trespassing signs down here, but we may go down there and explore a little bit. So, knowing what I know about things, it's probably best to not go exploring or screwing around near a power generation facility. There's no sign saying I can't go down there, but they've got razor wire around this, and I mean, this is part of critical infrastructure, so I think we might just call it. I was thinking that that trail went down into the woods, which it clearly doesn't, but oh look, it's a portable toilet house. I think we're gonna head back and go down by that one fish hatchery, fish loading area. That's kind of a nice little spot down by the river, and I think we'll eat our food down there. We've gone 2.9 miles so far. Currently down 1 yellow bar, but I think we're doing good. So anyways, random exploration. There's a lot of scenery and stuff around here. And razor wire. I think that's a fish sorting facility right there. Ooh, what do we have over here? Seems to be another road. And it goes up there to something. Let's check it out. Just going nice and easy on the throttle here so I don't spin my tires too much. Trying to stay on the grass for the maximum traction, although that does seem kind of counterintuitive. Oh, you can't see it on camera, but that just dead ends right there, so whatever. We shall turn around. Plus, this is kind of some shale stuff. I don't want to tempt fate letting air out of my tires. I'm sure the people watching the security cameras are like, what's that guy in the wheelchair doing? Okay, just for battery conservation purposes, we're gonna take the, oh, we're down 2 yellow bars now. Yeah, just for battery conservation purposes, we're gonna take the pavement back down to the dining room. Yeah, I was kind of pondering trails to run on today. There's another one a lot closer in town, but it was getting to be about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I know a lot of bicycle commuters and stuff use that area, and I just wanted some time to myself. Every so often it's just nice to come out and do stuff on your own or by yourself or something. See, look, scenery and things. Man, I am not appreciating the noises this motor is making. The whining is one thing, but there's that other chattering noise going on. I did replace the gears on these motors a few years back, and I've only maybe got, I don't think I've got 300 miles on them, but I don't know. While the V6 is a great chair, the experience of this particular one was a little bit frustrating. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know my frustrations a few years back when I got this thing. I bought it for $15,000, which was one of those once-in-a-lifetime things where the planets aligned and I had the money to do it. Well, actually I sold a bunch of Bitcoin to buy it, but there was a whole thing with the warranty and blah blah blah, whatever. But regardless, I think I'm probably gonna have to order a new set of motors for this thing. I do not like the noises they're making. Yeah, anyways, whatever. We are almost to where we're going. Okay, we are going to sit here for a minute and see if our battery stabilizes. I got down to 1 yellow bar, so it's not a ridiculously steep hill. I can get up and down this in like my F3, no problem. But I just want to make sure we're good before we go down there. Yeah, I don't know what that battery gauge is doing. We're just going to head down here though. I'm going to leverage the regenerative braking here just a little bit though, by speeding up and slowing down a few times to put some power back into the batteries. We're using gravity to speed up, and then the braking force puts power back into the batteries. All wheelchairs have regenerative braking. That's how they slow down. The way the controllers work, well, the way DC electric motors work is when the windings are powered up and they're no longer being powered. In other words, when you're coasting, they generate electricity. And Although electricity has to go somewhere, so the controller sticks it back in the batteries. And that's how you slow down. Oh yeah, we've gone up 2 bars. Again, I'm not saying that, you know, going down a hill like this is going to, you know, fully charge your batteries or anything, but yeah, we're back up to 1 green. Okay, suddenly covered in bugs. Yeah, we have a nice little backdrop here. So I think I'm just gonna post up here somewhere. Actually, right here looks like a good spot. I have a burrito from one of my favorite places. Okay, we have 2 yellows left. That was more burrito than I could eat in one sitting, so we're gonna save the rest of it for later. Now we just gotta get back up this hill, and I think we've got about 1.5 miles to get back to the parking lot. What's the saying? Our Lady of Blessed Acceleration, don't fail us now. Oh yeah, we're doing good. It's pulling. Odyssey Extreme batteries, they're sort of a gel AGM hybrid something or other, but they have really interesting properties compared to any other types of AGM batteries. And they can be a little bit tricky at times to measure their state of charge with surface charge detection. So that's why on this chair, the battery gauge has always been all over the place. These batteries are brand new when I put them in here, but I've never seen the gauge completely full. There is a way to recalibrate them, but I'm not quite sure how to do that, and I'm not really interested to find out. They work good. It's like someone's carving a park bench into that log. Weird. So if you use a chair 24/7, you'll have some muscle memory that you don't necessarily know about. And when your batteries start getting low, one of the main things you're going to notice is that it doesn't slow down and stop the same way it does when it's fully charged. So right now, if I let go of the joystick, it still stops very quickly, just like it normally does. But when the batteries actually start getting low, the way the system works is you're not going to have quite as much braking power. So basically stopping and starting and feeling the way it accelerates and decelerates will let you know if the batteries are in fact actually low or not. Now, like I said, this chair with these batteries, I don't really trust this gauge. I'm sure I'm fine. We've gone almost 6 miles now and no problems. Okay, I'm done with Oregon. So, I kind of understand why people that use wheelchairs never want to leave the house. That trail's out in the middle of nowhere. Apparently, the homeless camps have now discovered it. When I got back to the parking lot, there was a guy there in his truck, and as I was leaving, I found out there was 2 more groups of people that were setting up camp. And anyways, the guy had a big pit bull that was barking and carrying on like they normally do. I'm very familiar with that breed, and when they act a certain way, you do not acknowledge that they exist. Anyways, I was like, hey dude, come get your dog. And he's like talking on his phone, sitting in his truck. And he's like, oh, it's okay, he's not gonna hurt you. And as he's talking on the phone, whoever he's talking to is like, oh yeah, some guy in a wheelchair is like afraid of my dog, and all this stuff. Once again, this is real life as it happens. I'm not cutting this out. So I reached into my bag, grabbed my OC spray, I held it up in the air and said to the guy, "Hey, do you know what this is? Come get your dog." Anyways, I got into the van and I left. So, I don't know. Today was just one of those days where everywhere I went, I had to go to the DMV to start. You know, DMV is never fun anyways, but this particular one I didn't realize was so incredibly non-wheelchair accessible. They did kind of go out of their way to help me out, you know, and I waited outside and they came out and got me. I was there for 2.5 hours, but it's just one of those days where everybody thinks they need to say something. Whether it's a joke about, you know, oh, don't get a DUI on that thing, or don't text and drive, or all the generic stuff. And just road rage is also a thing. I had to pull over because some guy was like riding my bumper on this 2-lane highway. And it's one of those things, like, I have not encountered people that have gotten that close very often, but it was one of those deals where pulling over and letting them pass was the best thing to do. There's other things I don't even remember right now, but I don't know. Every so often it just seems like everything culminates into one trifecta of, why the hell did I leave the house? So, anyways, there's always tomorrow. Oh, I just remembered, I have leftover burrito. That'll be good. So, anyways, not quite sure what this video is about. I guess a day in the life. I'm sure tomorrow will be better. Thanks for watching.